Hello, I'm Steve Weber, the host of Book Cheapskate. Right now, we're going to do something we don't ever do. We're going to talk about something different, not a books, but a toy.
What's up, Steve? We're talking toys today.
Kaz, it's not just a toy, it's about a cultural revolution. Specifically, a musical revolution. And maybe more.
Okay, tick it off, Steve.
Okay, so let's unpack this. It's a bit unusual for us, looking at a product description mixed with some commentary. But today, we're doing a deep dive into this whole world of adult collector toys.
Right.
And we're using this specific mega set as our case study. The mission, figure out how history, nostalgia, culture gets turned into, well, pricey plastic bricks.
And the artifact itself is pretty fascinating. It's the Mega Beatles building set. You get 681 pieces. It builds the Ed Sullivan Show stage, a famous one. Comes with 4 little posable figures, John, Paul, George, Ringo, presumably.
Right.
And it even has 3-mode LED lights. But the kicker, the really crucial detail here is that label, 18+ for adult collectors.
Exactly. And that's the paradox, isn't it? It's a building block set, something you automatically think of as, for kids.
Yeah, childhood play.
But this is marketed strictly to the mortgage-paying crowd, as the source put it. So when does a toy stop being a toy? When does it cross that line and become an artifact?
Well, I think it stops being a toy the second they slap 18+ on the box. It's a signal.
Okay.
It tells you straight up. This isn't about making up new stories or, imaginative play. This thing is designed for adult fandom. It's meant to be built and then displayed.
And when you look at the market, that difference in why people buy is really stark. Kids want to play.
Right.
Build something, smash it, build something else, mix it with their other toys.
Integrate it into their world.
But adults,
Yeah.
we want to display. We want to memorialize something, collect it. The source had that great line about it being like tooling around in a Porsche without having that ungodly lease payment.
That hits it, exactly. And that desire, that adult desire, it's fueling a huge industry. We're talking billions globally for construction toys.
Billions. Wow.
Yeah, and it's driven mostly by adults with disposable income and maybe, some unfulfilled childhood wishes, or just looking for a hobby that isn't staring at a screen.
Right.
And this set, it completely bypasses trying to appeal to a modern kid. It just leans right into that super specific nostalgia for the grown-up fan.
And the evidence is all right there in the design. It's clearly a display piece. 681 pieces to build.
What? A single static stage.
Yeah, you build the scene. You're not building a spaceship to fly around.
You're recreating a moment frozen in time.
And those LED lights you mentioned, the 3 modes, that's absolutely key.
Why 3 modes, though?
Well, that feature alone just lifts it out of the toy category. Think about it.
Yeah.
Why would a kid need 3 specific lighting settings for a stage they might play with for an hour?
They wouldn't?
No, but an adult collector, someone who wants that perfect recreation of the Ed Sullivan performance, they need that detail. It helps justify the time, the money, the whole thing. It even comes with a power cord. I mean, that just seals it. It becomes this miniature light-up plastic trophy.
Exactly. Desk sculpture.
Right. It's meant to sit there plugged in, looking historically accurate. It's not going anywhere.
And, looking bigger picture, this is totally normal now. It's not just Mega doing this, even though they're usually seen as the value brand compared to Lego.
Okay, so Lego's doing this too.
Oh, absolutely. Lego has massive 18+ lines that make billions. Think of their botanical collection, those flowers you build.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
Or the super detailed helmets like Darth Vader's that cost $80. Or those enormous Star Wars ships that take days to build and cost hundreds. They are absolutely designed for adult builders and display shelves.
So that 18+ label, it's basically saying, okay, grown up, we get it. You're not actually going to play with this.
Pretty much.
Your kids probably won't even recognize it. This is for you. This is for your credit card.
It's like giving permission. Permission to spend time on this, methodical, rewarding building thing. Get that little dopamine hit of finishing a section.
Screen-free activity.
Right. And then, when it's done, it just sits there. A nice, solid piece of nostalgia you can point to.
Which, naturally, brings us to the price tag. $79.99 retail for 681 pieces. So, doing the math, that's about 11.7 cents per brick, which, as you said, for Mega feels a little high.
It's definitely elevated for them. Usually they come in under Lego's price per piece.
Okay.
So yeah, it makes you ask, why so much for what's basically, a small static box structure?
Yeah, what justifies that?
This is where that core idea from the sources comes in. The price is the tax on time travel.
The tax on time travel. Okay, explain that.
You're not really paying for the amount of plastic in the box. You're not paying by weight. You're paying for access.
Access to what?
Access to a feeling. Access to a specific memory. You're paying for the intellectual property, the Beatlesness of it, and the emotional connection that triggers.
Okay, I get the nostalgia tax. People pay premiums for brands they love. But is it that much of a premium here?
Well, yeah, because it's not just one tax. You can actually break down that $80 into like 4 specific surcharges.
4 taxes. Okay, let's hear them.
All right, tax number 1, and it's the big one, the licensing fee.
Right, Apple Core.
Exactly. Getting the rights to use the Beatles' name, their likenesses, the whole Ed Sullivan connection, that costs a significant chunk of money. Apple Core is famously protective. That fee is baked right in.
Okay, standard for licensed stuff, maybe just higher for the Beatles. What's tax number 2?
The electronics tax. That custom 3-mode LED lighting system. That adds cost and, crucially, shifts it from just blocks to a display artifact with features.
Gotcha. Tax 3.
The exclusivity tax. This isn't a standard mass market set you'll find everywhere. It's labeled as a showcase product. That implies it's more limited, aimed at a dedicated niche market, the adult collector, who they know will pay a bit more per item.
Okay, licensing, electronics, exclusivity. And the 4th tax, so this is the most interesting one.
Yeah, this is the beautiful one, I think. It's the specificity tax.
Specificity.
You're not just buying a Beatles set. You're not even just buying an Ed Sullivan Show set. You are buying the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show on February 9th, 1964.
Wow.
Recreating the exact stage setup, the one with the arrows pointing center stage, and the specific lighting modes from that broadcast. That extreme level of detail, that hyper-specificity that costs the most.
That is kind of absurdly specific, isn't it? A single 13-minute TV performance from, 60 years ago?
60 years ago. It's incredible. A casual fan, maybe someone who just likes Hey Jude, they wouldn't know or care about the arrows on the stage floor or the 3 light settings.
No way.
But the target market, the diehard Beatlemaniac, the person this set is really for, they need that detail. They cherish it. That moment has to be enshrined perfectly.
So it's like the more obscurely specific the detail, the higher the tax.
Kind of, yeah. It's the difference between buying a generic postcard of London and buying, I don't know, a brick from the original Cavern Club wall. It's about authentic connection to the moment. So the real value proposition here isn't the plastic. It's the 681-piece guarantee that for the few hours you spend building it, you get to feel like you're 14 again.
Right.
Watching that black and white TV, seeing this band just explode onto the American scene and change everything. That specific crystallized memory, that's what you're paying the specificity tax for.
And that performance, that specific Ed Sullivan debut, it really was more than just a TV gig, wasn't it? The source calls it a cultural singularity.
Absolutely. It wasn't just the start of the British invasion. It was this seismic shift in youth culture. Music, fashion, attitudes, everything felt different afterwards.
Yeah.
For the generation who lived through it, and maybe even the one after, it's not just history, it's myth. The source called it pure myth-making.
So when a company like Mega can license not just the band, but that entire hyper-detailed moment,
it proves something, right? It proves the Beatles aren't just another popular band from the past. They're part of our foundational cultural story. Like, the source compared them to the Western cultural equivalent of the Trojan horse.
The Trojan horse? How so?
Sneaking new ideas, new styles, new attitudes into the mainstream under the cover of catchy pop songs. It's a potent image.
It is. And it makes the set feel less like pure nostalgia. The source called it anti-nostalgia.
Yeah, what did that mean exactly?
I think it meant it's not celebrating some faded rosy memory of the past. It's celebrating the bang, the moment the future crashed in. That night felt like the future arriving.
Huh. An homage to cultural disruption. I like that.
Yeah. But it does raise that question. Okay, the set is 18 plus, aimed at the people who remember it or whose parents did.
Yeah.
But what about kids today? Is any of this relevant to the next generation?
Well, the music is certainly still around. Streaming means the Beatles are right there next to Billie Eilish or Taylor Swift or whoever.
Right. They still get billions of streams, apparently a lot from listeners under 30.
Yeah, kids can find them, maybe through a gateway song like Yellow Submarine, which is just universally catchy.
Or maybe those cartoons, like Beat Bugs. Using Beatles music.
Sure. So the music is accessible, the melodies are timeless,
Yeah.
but there's a huge disconnect between hearing I Want to Hold Your Hand on a Spotify playlist and understanding the context of the Ed Sullivan Show in 1964.
Right.
A kid discovering the band now, maybe through TikTok, they're far more likely to recognize the imagery from Yellow Submarine, maybe the Shenna Pepper outfits.
Yeah, the colorful stuff.
Exactly. Not some grainy black and white TV stage with arrows on the floor that was broadcast 60 years before they were born. They just don't have that original context, that feeling of witnessing something new.
So the final verdict seems pretty clear then. This set, despite featuring the band kids might know, it's really a recreation of the parents' memory.
Or maybe grandparents' memory at this point.
Yeah, fair point. The only way a child is realistically interacting with this specific set is scenario. The diehard Twitter or Gen X Beatle fan parent buys it.
Spends a weekend meticulously building it.
Lines it up perfectly on the shelf.
Yeah.
Plugs in the LEDs, gets the lighting just right.
And then the kid wanders in, sees the 4 little figures, grabs them, and tries to have them fight, I don't know, a mega constructs Pikachu.
Exactly. And the parent just yells,
"Don't touch IT, it's history."
Precisely. Keep your Pokemon away from this sacred cultural artifact.
It's funny, but it kind of sums it up.
So, wrapping this up, this mega set, it's this really loving, incredibly specific, maybe slightly ridiculous tribute. But it perfectly captures how massive a legacy has to be for even its historical footnotes to be worth $80 and almost 700 tiny plastic bricks. So what's the big takeaway for you, the listener?
I think the takeaway is how powerful targeted nostalgia is. This set proves that for the real believers, for the fans who want to reconnect with that specific world-changing moment, that guarantee of transport, it's effectively priceless, or, well, at least worth paying that hefty specificity tax every single time, is buying authenticity for your own memory.
Well, thanks for joining us today. And remember, if you want to buy that awesome toy we've been talking about, visit us at bookcheapskate.com and you'll get the link to the Mega Beatles toy. And if you click on it, you'll get a discount off the retail price, thanks to Amazon.
So it's a win-win for everybody, right, Steve?
Got it. Everybody wins. Cass, we'll do it again tomorrow, talking about books again.
Yeah.
In a very lighthearted, humorous way, as we always do.
Can't wait, Steve. Wake me up early if you need to.
Okay, I'll set the alarm on my phone as soon as we sign off now. Cass, what do you say when you play with new toys?
I say, when you play with new toys, your mind becomes its own kingdom. We'll talk in the morning, Steve.
Okay, Cass. Talk then. Sweet dreams, partner.